Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Lewis Bolden. You are watching Breakfast with Bridgett, but Bridgett Ellison is off today, so I'm going to take the liberty of renaming her show for the day. Today we're going to call it Lattes with Lewis. So grab a latte, get comfortable. We've got several things that we want to talk to you about this morning. We're going to tell you about those severe storms that hit Central Florida yesterday evening, causing quite a bit of damage, and we're going to have a package from Ezzy Castro on that. Also, Susan Lorenz is back in court today. This is the woman who is accused of shooting her neighbor through a front door and killing her. She and her attorneys and prosecutors are expected back in court today to hash out what evidence will be allowed during the trial. So Mark Lehman has been covering that case, and he is going to have an update on that. Also, a pizza shop in Marion County that was trying to do a really good deed and help a student in need ended up getting scammed in the process. So Troy Campbell is going to have that story for us a little bit later on. But first, we want to go back to the weather. We want to bring in meteorologist Michelle Morgan. And Michelle was warning us yesterday that those storms were coming, and you were absolutely right. They hit, and they hit in a big way. Good morning, Michelle.
Yeah, good morning, Lewis. Thank you for having me. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We were expecting those intense storms to develop across Central Florida yesterday. Thankfully, not the case today. We're looking at a quieter setup. So it's just, we're going to be dealing with the intense heat once again. So yesterday we broke a few records, or I should say tie a few records. We hit 101 degrees in Sanford. I mean, that is impressive. It's not even
Wow.
summertime.
Yeah.
And then we hit 98 degrees, I believe, in Sanford, also tying another record. So it was a hot day for sure.
So is it go after these storms? Will it be a little cooler today?
No, it's
No,
not.
still going to be hot.
Sorry. It's gonna be hot. Yeah, because of the setup, we have an area of high pressure that is going to continue to build over the peninsula. So when that happens, you just had that sinking air, and it's going to continue to sink. It's going to warm up, and then with the humidity, it's going to feel like the triple digits. So great pool day, maybe?
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good.
All right.
Michelle, I remember in your forecast from yesterday, your 7-day forecast on Saturday and Sunday, we're supposed to be near record temperatures. So we could break some more records coming up this weekend.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Actually, that's not only for the weekend, for today as well. So let's go
Okay.
ahead and jump into the forecast. We're looking at a mild and muggy start to our day. Temperatures are in the 70s right now as you are getting ready to head out the door. And the humidity is going to continue to climb because of the direction out of the direction of the winds out of the southwest. So you got the onshore flow. It's going to increase the humidity. So here's a look at your forecast highs. 98 in Orlando, Kissimmee, Claremont, Leesburg, 96, 95 in Ocala, and 92 in New Smyrna Beach, 95 in Titusville. Now, when you factor in the humidity, it is going to feel like the triple digits. So feeling like 102 degrees to 106 degrees. So we are talking about dangerous heat. So if you're outside for a while, that can definitely affect you. So if you're planning on doing any gardening, or if you're heading out to the theme parks, whatever you're doing today, just make sure to take it easy, drink plenty of water, and just pay attention to your body. Wear light colored clothing. It really helps. So as we take a look at future radar, looking good as we go through the morning, heading into the early afternoon hours. We'll see a few clouds here and there. Now, a few showers are possible. The rain chance is much lower than yesterday. I am calling for a 30% coverage today, mainly staying east of the I-4 corridor. So around 4 or 5, we'll see a few showers beginning to bubble up here. A few downpours are possible. May get 1 or 2 thunderstorms. The severe weather threat for today, very, very low. So you may hear a few claps of thunder, a brief downpour, and that's about it. As you go through the 6, 7 o'clock hour, showers and storms will continue to dissipate. And then later on tonight, we may see a few coastal showers, but that's about it. But notice that majority of the area will stay dry. So it is going to be a dry, hot, and muggy day for many cities. Now, I do want to show you this. This is the latest drought information. It is beginning to worsen. We haven't received much rain. Yesterday, in a few spots, picked up between 3 to 4 inches. But again, it wasn't widespread. So the latest information now shows Flagler County, portions of Volusia County now abnormally dry, and that moderate drought now extending through Orange County into southern Volusia County, Osceola County dry, and also Brevard County. And then notice southern Brevard County now under a severe drought. So we desperately need the rain. The grass is very dry as well as our plants. Many of us were running our sprinklers and we still, have burn bans and stuff. So you need to be careful. No burning across the area because it's just so dry. But I do have good news. We are looking at better rain chances in sight as we head into the upcoming work week. And here's why. So, what you're looking at here, this is the relative humidity. This is the GFS model. So, it is showing a surge of tropical moisture coming from the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico heading into the peninsula as we head into next week. Now, because of that setup, it is going to increase our rain chances. So we have that deep tropical moisture. We'll get heavy rain in many spots as we go through that time frame. Now, a lot of viewers have been asking me if this is going to become tropical or not. Now, the National Hurricane Center hasn't highlighted anything yet, but there's a possibility. I mean, this area of moisture will be going over very, very warm water. I mean, the sea surface temperatures are above average right now. We have low level wind shear. So we'll just have to continue to watch it. Again, we're talking about Thursday and Friday. So that's a way ahead. Still too early to tell, but we'll continue to watch it. But we are pretty confident that significant rainfall is in our forecast as we head into next week. And talking about the tropics here, here's a look at the current tropical outlook from the National Hurricane Center. Currently, there are no highlighted areas across the Atlantic Basin, the Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico. So they're expecting no tropical development in the next 7 days. And again, we are in hurricane season, so we'll just have to continue to watch things very closely. So I'll leave you with your 7-day forecast. Sorry, I know I ran a little long. Near record heat today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Lower rain chances, so it is going to feel very hot. As we head into Monday, still very toasty in the upper 90s. I don't think we will tie or break any records. Rain chances moderate at 40%. And here's that tropical moisture I was talking about. That's going to increase our rain chances Tuesday through Thursday between 70 to even 80%. But with the rain, it is going to keep the heat down. So temperatures will be near average in the lower 90s and upper 80s, Lewis.
So, Michelle, yesterday when you were telling us that these storms were coming, I was thinking a couple of things could happen because we've had several counties that are in burn bans because it's been so dry.
Hmm.
And when those storms come in, a couple of things could happen. One, the rain could help with the burn bans, but we saw the
Hmm.
opposite happen yesterday in Volusia County, where we had a lightning strike that struck up another brush fire. So the rain is definitely needed to try and get some moisture in and try to get some of that dryness out.
Yes, absolutely. The rain is beneficial for us. We wrapped up the month of May below average. We're starting off June below average. And, there's just not enough moisture in the soil. So, what you just mentioned about the lightning strike hitting, dry grass, that can certainly cause issues. So, we're looking forward to the rain. We're hoping that this forecast, plays out. But as of right now, a lot of models are hinting at that deep tropical moisture heading our way next week. So, hopefully that helps with the drought and also the burn bans across our area.
Michelle, you said something either this morning or yesterday that punched me in the face because it's been so hot and humid, and you kindly reminded us that it's not even summer yet.
No, it's not even summer. And I like to remind folks about that because we have so many new residents moving to Florida. And, a lot of people, they're not used to the intense heat. We're used to the heat because we've been living here for such a long time. And the first day of summer is June 20th, I believe. So we have like a few weeks to go. So it's already feeling like August. And, you need to pay attention to your body and what your body's telling you because it's so easy to have some type of heat sickness while you're out and about because the humidity's high, the heat is high, you're not drinking enough water, and a lot of things can happen to you. So I like to remind folks that it's not summer yet, kind of putting things into perspective, what to expect. It's gonna get hot.
It's going to get hot.
It's gonna
And
get hot.
what you're saying is exactly right. People don't necessarily understand how quickly they can overheat. We saw some video
Hmm.
a little bit earlier of people who were waiting to get into a big rally and people were starting to overheat. So even
Yes.
if you're not necessarily working outside, but if you're outside at all, you definitely want to make sure you stay hydrated.
Oh, absolutely. Make sure you're drinking that water.
So Michelle, something you have started that has really taken off. I gotta
Yeah.
bring it up again. People have been going to clickorlando.com and pinning photos of their pets, and you
Yes.
have gotten some really, really good ones.
Yes, I'm really, really appreciating the responses from our viewers. They're going on to clickorlando.com/pins. They're posting their pets. I mean, I'm getting horses, cats, squirrels, all kinds of dogs, a lot of dogs dressed up, in their outfits and, showcasing it at the top of the hour, during my outdoor forecast. So featuring the pet of the hour. So yeah, keep sending your pins in. I will showcase them throughout the show. I also do it on the weekends as well. So keep sending your pictures in and also your storm pics. I've been showing a few of those storm pics. So I got a few pics of or pictures of the hail some areas received, which was impressive. Some spots picked up a quarter of an inch, a little bit bigger than that. Lightning pics. I have to give it to you guys. If you can catch a lightning pick, I have yet to catch a lightning pick. But yeah, I've received a lot of light. I just think I'm slow, or maybe my camera's slow, or it's just a little bit of both. But yes, so love the storm pics, love the pics of your pets. Keep sending them in so we can showcase them. And we usually do it at the top of the hour during our weather segment. So yeah, it really took off. I got a whole bunch of puppy pics today and a few cat pics. So it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to feature, everyone's fur babies.
And listen, I don't know if you're prepared to do this, but do you have the one of the little pooch that was dressed up this morning? That was so
Yes.
cute. Can you show us that
Oh
one?
my God. That was Toots. Toots.
Toots. But girl, did you also say that someone sent in a squirrel and a horse? So you're
Yes.
getting all kinds of.
Yes. Somebody sent in a squirrel. That was a lot of fun. I'm pulling up Toots right now. Give me 1 second.
So Michelle has really, really gotten some cute pictures, you guys. So keep sending them in. Everybody likes to showcase their pets. I don't have a pet. Michelle doesn't have a pet right now, but we like living vicariously through other
Yes.
people's pets. And so,
All
and
right.
when they're
So
dressed up, it's even better.
yeah, so I just pulled him up. Look at that. That's Toots.
How
So
cute.
Toots, I know. Isn't he adorable? Look at his
Yes.
little outfit. So cute. So Toots is from Melbourne. This was sent in by one of our Pinnet users. And she, oh my God, she was like, this is my baby boy. And I love him so much. And I was like, oh, I love him too. I don't know this baby, but I love him too. This is sent. So cute. Sending your pictures. We really appreciate pictures with your pets dressed up. I've got numerous pictures of puppies in cute little dresses and tutus. I don't know how you get them on them, but they're just adorable. So yeah, keep sending them in and we'll keep showing them. We have a lot of fun showing them off. So yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah, it is fun. It is fun. It is taking off. So I hope you keep doing that because I like seeing them
Yes,
too.
absolutely.
All right, Michelle, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it, and we're going to be prepared for this hot weather.
Yes, be prepared.
All right,
Have a
Michelle.
good one.
Thank you. So we've been telling you all about the storms that hit across Central Florida yesterday. And in Seminole County, the awning of a gas station actually fell on top of a vehicle. And Ezzy Castro is going to show us that.
It was a close call for Orlando Terran, who was at the 7-Eleven on Howell Branch Road during last night's severe storm. In Spanish, he told our Treasurer Roberts he was in the car with his wife when part of the roof collapsed.
¿Cómo estás ahora mismo?
Nervioso por lo que pasó. El techo se vino encima del carro, yo estaba con mi señora dentro del carro y todo fue muy rápido.
Sarah Rock says she was at a nearby store when the rain started to pick up. And while she didn't see the collapse, she noticed the damage right when she walked out.
It looks a lot worse now than I could see. Like I said, I couldn't really see it all that well because of all the rain and everything. But yeah, that's like pretty mangled.
It was a close
Was accused of shooting her neighbor and killing her, shooting through the front door. She is expected to be back in court this morning. Her attorneys and prosecutors are trying to hash out exactly what evidence will be allowed during this trial. And this trial has already been delayed by a month. News 6's Mark Lehman has been following this story.
This morning, Susan Lorenz is expected back in a Marion County courtroom as a judge is set to go over evidence the state wants to use in her upcoming trial. Prosecutors filing a motion to allow past incidents where Lorenz called police, arguing that she had a history of making derogatory statements towards children in the neighborhood. The Marion County Sheriff's Office releasing body camera video from prior calls last year.
Kids have been out of control. They're screaming, yelling. The kids have been real.
Lorenz is accused of shooting and killing A.J. Owens through her door after Owens came to confront her about throwing a pair of roller skates at her children. Prosecutors argue past calls for service are intertwined, but the defense says those aren't relevant and is asking the judge to exclude anything that doesn't involve Owens. Today's hearing also comes a year after the shooting.
It was our mother who encouraged us to keep dancing.
Owens' family holding a celebration of life ceremony last weekend. Their attorney saying it gave her children a moment to honor their mother before they testify in court.
But as it affects the children, of course, they'll have to relive this one more time.
Such an unfortunate story all the way around. So the International Space Station is a little more crowded this morning after the arrival of Boeing's big Starliner test flight. It was all hugs and smiles yesterday as Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams climbed on board. But things didn't go entirely smoothly. The docking was delayed an hour after 4 of Starliner's engines stopped working. Mission managers also say a 4th helium leak was also discovered. However, it's not known if that will have any sort of impact on the rest of the mission. And as it stands now, Wilmore and Williams are set to spend 10 days at the station before returning home. They just look so excited. It's nice seeing that video. Okay. So now we've got to tell you about this story. This happened in Marion County. There was a pizza shop that was really trying to do a good deed and help out a student that was in need. And guess what? They ended up getting scammed in the process. So News 6's Troy Campbell is going to show us this.
It was just after noon on Wednesday here at Wise Guys Pizzeria in Ocala when the phone call came in. So the employee picked up the phone and they took the order. They put it into the computer, but this was a pretty big order. So much so, the owner had to call her husband to come in and help make some of the pizzas, a whopping 40 of them. The caller also said they didn't plan to pick up the pizzas for a couple hours. Once the pizzas were made, they went on top of this oven where they sat and no one came to get them. In all the years you've been in business, has anyone ever called in a prank order of that caliber?
No, never, ever, ever.
On Wednesday, Wise Guys Pizzeria was donating 20% of their proceeds to the family of a North Marion High School student who was severely injured in a car crash last month. People will be coming knowing that they will be placing these orders because they are donating to the school.
Yep. That 20% of their sales were going to go back to that family. And so the more, we always tell people we're doing the fundraiser, the more people that you let know, the more people are going to come. So it went out all over the community.
When no one showed up for the 40 pizza order, the restaurant says even the sheriff's office showed up to buy the pizzas. People found out that somebody had ordered nearly $600 worth of pizza that was a mere prank. And then they still had time to show up and try to make good of it.
Yeah, because they were wanting to buy the pizzas. I'm like, the sheriff's department's already bought the pizzas. There are no more pizzas. They said, can we still donate? We still want to order.
Wise Guys Pizzeria says it's not easy running a small business. So much so, they say that at least 3 of their competitors have announced they're going out of business within the last month.
It is not okay. Absolutely. It is not okay. That was really shameful. It was cruel. It was insensitive. It was selfish.
With the Marion County Sheriff's Office investigating, the business says they hope whoever is responsible for the prank is found. In Ocala, Troy Campbell, Getting Results, News 6.
That is so unfortunate while they're trying to do a good thing and help out a student in need. But it is nice to see how the community pulled together to try and help them out. So it is no secret the opioid epidemic has been a national crisis. Thousands of people have lost friends and loved ones to overdoses, but in Seminole County, those overdose deaths are actually going down, and they attribute that to Narcan. News 6's Catherine Silver explains.
Today, June 6th, is Revive Awareness Day. This was a long time coming.
The idea was formed from tragedy in the hopes to prevent others. In 2015, 18-year-old Victoria Siegel died of an accidental overdose.
Should be very proud of the work that our parents have done, the work we've done spreading the awareness because every single life matters.
As much as this day is about awareness, it's also about solutions, specifically this one, naloxone or Narcan, the brand name. Officials here in Seminole County call it a life-saving drug.
Victoria's Law, Victoria's Day could be 100,000 other names. In Seminole County alone, it could be 100 names just last year, 150 the year before.
Every deputy in Seminole County carries Narcan, and they have since 2017 because they say it has saved many lives. Hey! At this gas station, it saved 3 people at once who overdosed and were found unresponsive.
Come on, bud. Come on. There you go. Wake up. Wake up.
How critical has Narcan been in this crisis?
You know, naloxone, the antagonist for opioids, has just been the bomb. I mean, it really has fixed so much.
Research from Project Opioid revealed the number of overdose deaths declined 2% in Florida for the first time in 2022. Seminole and Orange County saw a decrease of 11%. The number of deaths in Brevard County dropped over 49%.
No, he's not breathing. No, nothing in his airway. No. Done.
Just that simple.
Just like that. And anybody can do it. And you don't have to guess whether it's from opioids or not. If they're having a stroke, it won't hurt them. You know, if they've passed out because of low blood pressure, it won't hurt them.
Because it's been so successful, officials in Seminole County say they can get more results by getting it into more hands.
That's you, that's your friends, that's your neighbors, that's your colleagues. So if you're able to hold this and use this, you can save a life.
Narcan is readily available, oftentimes at no cost. Here in Florida, you can go to isavefl.com and find out exactly where to get this in your county. We've also included a link on our website, clickorlando.com. In Seminole County, I'm Catherine Silver, getting results, News 6.
Catherine, thank you. It is great to see those numbers go down. Well, take a look at this. We told you yesterday here on Breakfast with Bridgett about the great backpack build happening at the Orange County Convention Center. Look at all those people. It is an event put together by a Gift for Teaching. Volunteers from dozens of companies fill over 1,200 backpacks with everything a student will need to start the school year off right. Organizers say about 400 people took part yesterday. And in Central Florida, the need is great. Listen to this. These numbers blew me away. More than 70% of public schools are considered high need. More than 70%. Now, all of the backpacks that were put together during yesterday's event will be delivered to 140 schools in Orange and Osceola counties. Look at Ezzy go. Look at Ezzy go. It is a great event that News 6 takes part in every year, and we are so happy to see all of those students get those backpacks. You know, I was reading yesterday that at the start of school, thousands and thousands of students every year start the school year, and they come to school with absolutely no supplies whatsoever. So that is, a Gift for Teaching is really doing a great thing and helping so many people. So, WKMG Hits the Road takes a fresh approach to local news. So here's what it is. That's where we come to your area and we report specifically on the things that you ask us to report on. Now, it all started in East Orange County, then Sanford, then Montverde, and now we are heading to Kissimmee. We've got a lot of stories coming up. I'm working on a story where I'm going to talk to you about Old Town, and their almost 40-year history in that area, and a number of their businesses, about 60% of their businesses are owned by people who live right there in that area. So it really is a cool thing. News 6 anchor and insider guide Crystal Moyer explores the shores of East Lake Tahoe and around the city to highlight the popular sights, eats, and fun. Take a look.
I started my journey exploring Lake Tahoe via airboat with Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures.
The primary advantage of an airboat is that you can travel in super shallow water through heavy vegetation, and you don't have any fears of being obstructed in the vegetation.
Captain John Ruggieri says airboat rides are popular for visitors and locals. The ride is entertaining, but I found there's also an educational aspect to it, learning about Florida wildlife you'll see along the way.
Bald eagles, snail kites, alligators, snakes.
Then my journey continues on land, Mature oak trees line Macy Island Road, the overgrown branches and greenery creating a canopy as you head towards the Twin Oaks Conservation Area that spans more than 350 acres. It's got biking and hiking areas as well as equestrian trails and paddling trails along Lake Toho. On my walk, I ran into Jay and Becky Hartledge, who, like me, just discovered this hidden gem.
We really didn't know it was here. We saw that tree-lined entranceway, which was really beautiful. And so we came to the end and we thought, well, we're not really dressed for hiking and it's about 90 degrees, but we thought we'd check it out and we were impressed with the fishing pier here, and we plan on coming back.
There's also a wildlife observation deck where you may spot some animals. After the toasty hike in the Florida heat, I cooled down at the Ice Factory skating rink. General Manager Keith Smith says this has become a community center.
It gives the kids somewhere to have an outlet, a social outlet, learn something new, learn a new sport, but quite frankly, stay away from the Florida heat.
The Ice Factory has been in Kissimmee for more than 25 years. It's also known for its Olympian skating instructors. Kissimmee is also home to the Silver Spurs Arena, hosting a variety of sporting events, concerts, and shows. What you may not know is this venue also hosts the Silver Spurs Riding Club that just celebrated 80 years of the Silver Spurs Rodeo, symbolizing the hardworking ranchers of Florida, a deep history of Osceola County. If you want a bite to eat, many flock to the Malau Bakery, a Puerto Rican counter-service eatery on Fortune Road. And the historic downtown Kissimmee borders the 34744 with quaint shops like the Lewis Music Store, celebrating 50 years of business.
Kissimmee has so much more to offer. I could not cover it all in this one story, but you could check out my guide to town at clickorlando.com/insider. From the 34744, I'm Crystal Moyer, Getting Results News 6.
There is a lot going on in that area, and that's why we're going to have, Crystal said she can't get to all of it in one story. That's why we're going to have a week of stories. And remember, you are invited to our live event at Matador Tacos and Tapas Bar. It is June 13th from 4 until 7 p.m. And we've had very good turnouts at all of our other events. So we want Kissimmee to come out and meet us and show us some love. Again, it's June 13th from 4 to 7. And that is all we have for you this morning on Breakfast with Lewis, Lattes with Lewis, Breakfast with Bridgett. I got it right. Thank you so much for joining us, and you guys have a great day.